Have you ever wondered why some people in their 70s or even 80s can remember names, details, and stories as if they were still young, while others start forgetting small things far too soon? Here is the surprising truth. Studies show that your brain, just like your muscles, can grow stronger with the right kind of exercise. And the exercise I'm about to share with you today is not something that requires heavy equipment, long hours, or even leaving your home. It is just one simple word game, and yet it has been shown to keep memory sharp, strengthen focus, and even help protect against the effects of aging on the brain. That might sound almost too easy to believe, but let me explain why this one practice can make such a powerful difference. Before we go further, I want to hear from you. Have you noticed changes in your memory, like forgetting where you placed your glasses, struggling to recall a name, or losing track of what you meant to do next? Share your story in the comments. When you do, you're not only opening up, but also encouraging someone else who is going through the same thing. Together, you remind one another that you are not alone, and that aging does not mean decline. It means finding better ways to stay strong. And I want you to know this. I am here speaking not only as a doctor, but as someone who deeply cares about your health and your ability to live independently, happily, and with dignity. Now let us talk about this game. The brain thrives on challenge. When we challenge our brain in specific ways, we stimulate the connections between brain cells, called neurons. This keeps them active and prevents them from weakening. One of the simplest and most effective ways to do this is by using words. Why words? Because language touches nearly every part of the brain. It involves memory, logic, attention, creativity, and even emotion. And the game I recommend is called the word chain game. Here is how it works. You start with a simple word, for example, apple. Then your task is to find another word that begins with the last letter of the word you just said. In this case, apple ends with the letter E, so your next word might be elephant. Then you continue. Elephant ends with T, so the next word might be table. Then ear, rain, night, and so on. You can play this game out loud with a partner or quietly by yourself. It seems simple, but behind the scenes, your brain is firing on all cylinders. Why is this so powerful? Let me give you three clear reasons. First, it strengthens working memory. Working memory is the ability to hold on to information for a short time while you use it. Imagine cooking a recipe. You need to remember the ingredients, the steps, and the timing all at once. Working memory allows you to do that. As we age, working memory is often the first to weaken, but the word chain game keeps it alive. Second, it enhances attention and focus. To play successfully, you must listen carefully to the word you just used. Focus on its last letter, and then search your mind for the next word. This keeps your attention sharp and prevents your mind from drifting. Third, it creates new brain connections. Every time you reach for a word, you are activating pathways that may not have been used recently. Over time, these pathways grow stronger. Neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, even in later life. Now let me share something surprising. In Japan, where life expectancy is among the highest in the world, word games like this are not seen as just entertainment. They are often recommended by doctors and therapists as tools for healthy aging. In fact, research shows that seniors who regularly engage in word-based games or puzzles have a significantly lower risk of developing cognitive decline compared to those who do not. And the best part, unlike expensive treatments or medications, this activity costs nothing. All it requires is your willingness to play. Let us think together about the struggles many people over 50 face. Perhaps you have noticed your energy is lower than before. Perhaps joint pain or balance issues limit what you can do physically. But while you may not always be able to move your body the way you want, your brain is something you can still train daily, without pain, without strain, and without any extra cost. This game can be done while sitting in your chair, resting in bed, or even waiting for your tea to boil. In other words, there are no excuses not to try. Here is another layer to this practice. When you play with a partner, whether it is your spouse, a friend, or even a grandchild, you add the benefit of social connection. And social connection is itself a powerful medicine for the brain. Loneliness and isolation are among the greatest threats to senior health. But something as small as laughing with your grandchild over a tricky word can lift your mood, reduce stress, and strengthen memory all at the same time. In fact, some studies suggest that seniors who combine mental activity with social interaction age more gracefully and report higher levels of happiness than those who do either one alone. I want you to imagine this with me. You are sitting with your grandson or granddaughter. You begin with the word dog. The child laughs and quickly answers, goat. You respond with tiger. Suddenly, the room is filled with laughter, energy, and connection. In that simple moment, you are not only protecting your brain, you are building a memory your grandchild will treasure for life. This is the true power of the word chain game. It is not just about your health, it is about joy, family, and legacy. Some people ask me, Doctor, is it really enough? Can something so simple really make a difference? My answer is yes. Think about your body. If you lift a small weight every day, your muscles gradually become stronger. If you walk just a little each day, your endurance improves. The same principle applies to the brain. The exercises may look small, but their effect over time is profound. What matters is consistency. A few minutes each day is all it takes. Let me share a fascinating piece of science. Researchers at the University of Exeter in the United Kingdom studied thousands of seniors who engaged in simple brain training games, many of them word-based. They found that those who played regularly performed significantly better on memory tests, problem-solving tasks, and even daily living skills, such as managing finances or remembering appointments. And here is the key finding. The effect was strongest for those over 60. In other words, it is never too late. Your brain can still grow, still adapt, still improve. Now here is where I want to challenge you. Tonight, before you go to bed, I want you to take 5 minutes to play this game. Start with any word, maybe hope, then continue. Energy, yellow. Wisdom. Push yourself to keep going for at least 10 turns. If you get stuck, that is fine. Just pause, take a deep breath, and try again. You will notice that after a few rounds, words begin to flow more easily. This is your brain waking up. This is your brain strengthening. And if you want to take it further, try writing the words down. Keeping a notebook not only helps you track your progress, but also combines word memory with the act of writing, which activates even more areas of the brain. In fact, writing by hand has been shown to improve memory more effectively than typing on a screen. So you gain a double benefit, stronger recall and a sense of accomplishment you can look back on. Remember this, the greatest danger to the brain is not age itself, it is inactivity. Just as muscles weaken when you stop moving them, memory fades when you stop using it. But the reverse is also true. Every time you challenge your mind, every time you reach for that next word, you are sending a powerful message to your brain. Stay alive, stay strong, stay sharp. So now let me ask you directly, will you give yourself these 5 minutes a day? Will you allow your brain the chance to grow stronger instead of weaker? Your independence, your ability to remember, your confidence in daily life, all of these depend on what you choose to do right now. And you are capable of more than you think. Before we close, I want you to promise me something. Do not keep this knowledge to yourself. Share it with your friends, your family, your community. There are millions of people over 50 who feel helpless about their memory, who think decline is inevitable. But you now know a simple, powerful truth. With one small word game, played daily, you can slow aging, sharpen memory, and bring joy into your life. If you found value in this message, subscribe so that you never miss another tip that could protect your health and your future. And share this video with someone you care about, because together we can change the way people think about aging. It is not the end of growth, it is the beginning of a new kind of strength.